If you remember this Mci9 bus that came in, it had a very overheated engine and it smoked like crazy. We were going to do an in-frame rebuild on it. We started tearing down the engine. The pistons were so cooked in it. Heads were bad. And then we got into it. It had broken teeth in the gear train. So in-frame was no longer an option. So we found another engine takeout of another Mci9 with the Allison 740 trans. We were just going to swap it, but it had a bad blower on it. The blower had disintegrated. So we fixed the blower, swapped the blower over and got it running. And we put it in the bus and got it all ready to get back going again. And when we're hooking it back up, we realized, oh no, the new engine has the wrong transmission on it. The bus has an electronic transmission where the shifting is done by an electronic shifter, not a linkage. And that led to a whole nother problem here. It's a beautiful seated coach. The interior is really nice in here. So instead of a gear selector here that you would, have cables and manually, go through the gears, this has a push button gear selector on there. So that's how you select all the gears on that with the electronic one. So there's no linkages or cables or anything that run to the back except for the wires. So that's why we have to have the electronic version of that in there. But this is a fully stock Mci9. Like, it's a really good coach. It just had a bad engine in it. Can't wait to get this running and driving again. Hopefully just another couple days we'll have it back going for Ricky. So we need to take his old transmission that has this kind of plug on it here for the gear selector, and the new one has this type of shifter linkage, so this is no good. So we got to pull the engine, take the transmission from the new engine off, take the transmission off of his old engine and swap it to the new engine, and then put it all back in the bus. So that's a lot of work. Pulling an engine, separating a trans from one engine, separating a trans from another engine, putting the first trans back on the other engine, and then putting the whole assembly back in the bus again. A lot of work. Yeah, even though we bought the power plant out of another Mci9, it just wasn't the same configuration. It's my fault for not noticing that it wasn't an electronic controlled transmission. So I'm eating the labor costs on this. We're just, of pulling the engine back out and putting the engine back in. So it's a good day and a half's worth of work just to get it all sorted out, but it's all my fault, so I should have paid attention. Yeah, so we got the drive shaft all hooked up to it. And then when he's like, what does this big plug go to? And I was like, oh crap, wrong kind of transmission. This video is sponsored by Factor. Eat stress-free this summer with Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals. Every fresh, never frozen meal is chef-crafted, dietitian approved, and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. Factor takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success. Skip the grocery store, prep work, and cooking fatigue. Instead, get the chef-crafted, dietitian approved meals delivered right to your door, with over 35 meals to choose from per week. Factor has options like keto, calorie smart, vegan, veggie, and more. We have been eating a wide variety of different meals all week long. Everything has been super delicious and very easy to make. Factor now offers loads of snack options like breakfast, smoothies, juices, small bites, and more to keep me going no matter what the schedule. Factor cuts down on your trips to the grocery store, on the amount of time you spend cooking. You can have a fridge stocked full of meals just ready to go at any time. Head to factor75.com or click the link below and use the coupon code BGM50 to get 50% off your first Factor box and 20% off your next month of orders. That's code BGM50 at factor75.com to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month of orders. Skip the overpriced takeout trap. Factor is cheaper and way more delicious. Get chef-crafted, restaurant-style quality meals delivered right to your door. When things get hectic, Factor is flexible. Change your order up every week with plans from 4 to 18 meals per week, or pause or reschedule your deliveries anytime. Okay, we're getting ready to separate this transmission from the engine here. We went around and took all the bell housing bolts out of there all the way around the whole thing. This is the one that's going to need this electronic transmission. It's this big plug in there. It does all the shifting and everything electronically versus the mechanical one that we put back in there. We also went and removed all the bolts out of the flywheel flex. So there's a hole right there, big. Can't see it. You got to turn the engine over and pull the bolts out on the back side there. So, like on this one here, there's bolts that go around the outside. That's what holds it. Half of the motor mounts that hold this on are actually, 2 of them are on the transmission and 2 of them are on the engine. So you got to support the engine, because once you disconnect the trans from it, the engine's not going to be stable on the cradle anymore. We just got to pull it back here about 6 inches or so, and then we can lift it out with the tractor. But we got to pull it straight back first.
The bar for this?
Yeah, that's fine.
It's out.
Okay, we got it separated now. We just need to lift it. It's ready to lift off. We'll lift it straight up with the forklift. But it's 100% clear. There's nothing attached to it. In case you can't tell, this transmission weighs a lot. Okay, at least we'll be working in the air conditioning here. So we've got the old transmission that we need, the electronic one, pulled out and separated. And now we just brought in the whole cradle with the other engine, and we're gonna get the transmission we don't need, separated from there. Okay, so we got the cherry picker arm on here, the engine hoist. Just use that to separate the trans here. Go ahead and give it a couple pumps up. One more. That looks pretty square. See if we can start pulling it backwards. Give it another pump or two. Give it another pump or two. It's definitely tighter at the bottom than the top. One more. Now try it. I'll get a pry bar in there. We're definitely getting some separation though. Yeah, that's okay. It can't fall as long as that brace is on the rail. So when we get to the end, then don't worry about repositioning it. I'll pull the engine hoist back while you try to separate.
Definitely up higher. know it's because it's rocking on this side of the rail, but it's shifting or something. Because you're still touching the rail over here.
Is the rail coming up every time?
Yeah. It's off of the line. And you're clear of it.
Moving that jack stand. See if you can pull it a little bit. I think they're caught.
You don't have to go up.
It's like a rocket motor.
Engine hoist?
Hmm?
Is it gonna work with the engine hoist?
Maybe.
Good?
Jesus. It's steering on its own. Okay. Phew. This floor is slicker than snot right now. Hang on. Okay. Go down just a hair, I think, but we can keep coming in another couple inches if you want first.
Yeah.
Okay, we changed the motor mounts from the, or transmission mounts from the other engine to here. It's got to come down a hair. We're hitting the alternator.
Then move the jack. I might move the other one too.
Probably another couple more inches, I think. Started going in. That side's going to come off. off it. Should we do both sides at the same time? I think we gotta lower it. This is where those flex plate to torque converter bolts are. They're in that hole right there. You see it in there. And you gotta crank the engine over, and there's a dozen of them in there. And then they get Loctite, and they're torqued to 110 foot-pounds. I think it was 90 to 110, I think I said. But yeah, sometimes there's a plug in there that you got to take out. This one had it, or the other one didn't. This one didn't, but the other one did. But yeah, you got to take those 12 bolts out to be able to separate the trans. If your engine is seized, I don't know, there's no way to separate the trans. That would not be fun. Okay, so we got all of the bolts back in. Got it all snugged up in there tight. We have to swap the yoke back over. We had to take it off of this one to put on the other one because the drive shaft had a different kind of attachment to it. So we'll have to swap that back over. Yes, we need this whole assembly to come back off at the end of this trans then that we had to swap over, go back on there. But that just takes a couple minutes. We just had the nut off, so it's good to go. Sometimes you struggle with those. They haven't been off in 30, 40 years. All right, well, that's where we're at as of right now. So we're gonna get this engine put back in. We got some transmission cooler lines and oil lines. The engine oil filter is remote on this. We gotta hook up those oil lines on there. A couple other oil lines. We have to disconnect the alternator and the air compressor. But it's 10 more minutes of messing with the engine and it's ready to swing back in the cradle. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to get this engine put back in the bus. And then later on in the week, we'll be able to get everything hooked up on the engine and get it running in the bus. But that's where we're at as of now. It's the weekend, and this was quite an extra project I wasn't planning on doing. Thanks for watching, subscribing.
See that white smoke rising up the holler through the trees, and from a mile away you can hear them play as they climb that hill with ease. At the top of that mountain there's a new life waiting for those who can make the run. If they can make it to the top, Scott will put them in the shop till their new life has begun. Mountain, where the buses come to run. Bus Grease Mountain, we're gonna get that big job done.